A lot of the work here is not very exciting, but it's what makes a homestead actual function. So today we're doing a few of those slower jobs that help everything work a little better. We're clearing more around the land. Expanding the compost area. And clearing away some of the wood and mess that's been piling up. Plus checking in on how the almond trees are doing. And we have a very exciting update regarding those trees. Okay. It's not the kind of progress that changes everything overnight, but it is the kind of progress that makes this place work better over time. So today it's all about clearing the land around the vegetable garden. We already have 3 raised beds, but we still have 3 to assemble. So I'm going to mow the land at the vegetable garden, and I'm also going to sort out some branches and trees that are still laying around. So part of it will be used as firewood, others will be used for the raised beds or the compost bin, but depending how much we have. So yeah, that's it for today. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for all the kind reactions we had about our trees. Some were about just cut them into pieces and make firewood out of them. Other was use it for the compost bin or in your raised beds you still want to build. But also one was to scrape under the bark a little bit to see whether the tree is still green or brown. If it's green, it's alive. If it's brown, it's dead. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Afterwards, I will call my wife because I'm colorblind. So green or brown, I don't know, but I will tell you later on. So I think that we can conclude that this one is dead, because as you can see in these cracks, it's really brown, also deep inside of the tree. So I think this one is gone, but we still have another one. So hopefully that one is has still some green in it. I really have my hopes on this tree because I really like the shape of it, and it's really situated in a nice area of our homestead. But it looks very dead, so yeah, I'm gonna scrape the bark a little bit, see if there's any green under it, and otherwise we need to conclude that this one is dead too. Well, also at this one you can clearly see the cracks, and that is very much only brown in it. So I don't think we can consider this one as being alive. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those other 2 options, firewood or the compost bin. And I think it will be the compost bin, because then it has still some use on the farm instead of just some heat. But first, to cut some branches and clear this area so we can fill the compost bin and the raised beds. these branches because, well, they're next to the vegetable garden. And there I'm gonna make two piles, one for the compost bin and the raised beds and the other one for the firewood. I don't think it's normal that there's smoke coming out of this tool, but well, it did. So yeah, let's continue with the manual thing. So we still have some wood to cut, some branches to cut, but right behind me we have a wheelbarrow full for the firewood, so I can place it at the wood storage for next year. And we already have some branches for the raised beds, so I can use the hugelkultur again. And the branches that we have left can be stored in the compost bin, because later in this video we will expand the compost bin. But first I'm going to this tree because there are some dead branches on it. I'm going to cut them down and also put them in the compost bin or the raised beds. But before we can do that, we need to empty the wheelbarrow and put the wood in the wood storage. We already have a nice pile of wood. We have more inside. That was already dry for the winter. But maybe you also saw already these three trees. This one is the pomegranate, and it is straight, but it is laying against the block because otherwise it tips over. And the other one, that one on the left side, is another hazelnut tree. We found out that it is better to have two, so you can have more fruits. Otherwise, you just have a beautiful tree with some fruits, and now there's a bigger chance of having more fruit. And on the right side, we have a new almond tree. Because as you probably know by now, we're very fond of our almond trees. I think every episode is something about an almond tree, so might get a little bit tired of it, but well, sorry for that. We just love it. Because I also have an update about another almond tree. I will tell you that later on. So we still have some logs that we need to split before we can put them in the wood burner. But for now it's more important to have them lay around over here and let them dry, because tomorrow and day after tomorrow will be rain. So if they're laying in the wet field, I think that is worse than having them over here, because, well, they will get a little bit wet, but that's not a problem. And now it's time to go to the almond tree next to the solar panels, because he has some dead branches and I'm gonna cut them off. Put some over here, put others in the raised beds. So this is the tree I was talking about, the almond tree next to the solar panels. Because, well, there's a big part over here that's dead, and also this one. So I'm going to cut it, be a little bit careful, because on this one we also have some branches with leaves, so I think I'll just let them where they are. But for now I'm going to take down the branches that are really dead, put them on the pile where I was just working, cutting and sewing the branches for the raised beds and the firewood. Later on I will also mow this part of the land, because over here we have the compost bin, which I will extend up until, well, approximately around here. So we have 3 compartments, 1, 2, 3, and over here we want to create the chicken run, and we want to do that very short term. So therefore it's important to mow the grass over here. I'm not going to do that with the tractor, because the mower that is connected to the tractor has chains underneath it, and if it touches a stone, the stones will be split in half, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then it might hit the solar panels. Well, and you can imagine what happens with a solar panel if it's struck by a stone. So I'm not going to take that risk. This part will be mown with the mower I walk behind, but first to the almond tree. Well, I took the wheelbarrow, but I think it's a little bit useless now. But, well, doesn't matter. We can use it for these branches, but for the bigger ones I'm just going to take them to the piles up there. But this is yeah, this is dead. And hopefully by cutting down the dead branches, the energy that still goes towards them now goes to the leaves and the branches that are still alive. So yeah, that's the idea for now. Because this is exactly what I meant by the energy that goes through the dead branches. This entire thing might look dead, but up here there's a branch coming that has green leaves. Also up there, and even if we follow the sort of dead branch, we have leaves over there. So that should mean that there is still life going through this branch. But because it's just a little bit, I think it's better to cut this down, so the energy that flows through it now will flow to the rest of this tree, and hopefully next year it will be looking much better, or maybe this year already. I mean, it's not strange that that part was dead already, because, well, you can see it for yourself. That's not how it's supposed to be. And this is the part I saw, so yeah, it's even hollow on the inside, as you can see, because you can see through. So this is the result of the pruning of the almond tree. Over there we have a nice pile for the compost bin and for the firewood. Later we will cut this one down and also use it for the compost bin, raised beds or as firewood. And that's the same with this one. So these two are going down, and as you just saw, we already have a new almond tree. So I'm going to plant that one somewhere in this area. But these two are going down, unfortunately. But first we're going to mow the area where we want to create a chicken run, because we want to do that very short term, hopefully within a month. So yeah, 3, 4, maybe 5 videos after this one we'll have chickens, hopefully. I told you that we had an update about our almond tree, and it's about the almond tree right behind me. The update is that there are growing almonds on a tree. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? So as you can imagine, I'm very happy with it. Never saw an almond growing on a tree. I mean, I only knew them from the shops. So yeah, for me this is amazing. And I've also talked a lot about almond trees. So yeah, seeing a tree with almonds is pretty amazing to me. In a previous video, I explained that we want to create a chicken run over here in this area, and also that we want to extend the compost bin. Well, I told you that a couple of minutes ago. But first we need to mow it, so therefore I'm going to mow this area, also in front of the compost bin, but obviously I need to watch our lime tree, well, soon to be tree. So yeah, this is the area I'm going to mow now, and I'm doing that with the mower we have standing over there, because next to it we have the solar panels, and as I explained, we don't want any rocks to hit the solar panels. So yeah, let's crack on. So now it's time to extend the compost bin. And yesterday we had some rain. But I have to say that's pretty nice for the homestead, because well, as is predicted, the weather will be much better today. So yesterday we had a lot of rain, today we have a lot of sun. So I think that only benefits the young trees and the plants we have. So like the veggies right behind me. So yeah, I was very happy with the rain. So the extension of our compost bin is done. I also brought my hammer because last time I left some nails in it sticking out, because afterwards this will be part of the fencing of the chicken run. So, and clearly we will do some netting behind it so that the chickens, or the chicks, little chicks, cannot go through, and also the predators cannot come through. But yeah, for now the nails and the screws that are sticking out a little bit dangerous, so I'm going to make it a little bit safer. So as you saw, it's not the most strong pellet, so what I will do is add another plank of wood in the middle so it's more steady. And then this should be it. So now we have 3 compartments, 1, 2, 3, and the purpose of it is that this will be the compartment with compost that's already ready to use. This one will be the compartment with compost in progress, and this one will be the new one. But as you see, we still have a lot of space to fill, and that's because most of the hay and grass we have and compost we have will be used in the raised beds that will be placed in the vegetable garden here right behind me. So yeah, therefore the compost bin is pretty empty, but well, it's not a project for this year, it's long term. So yeah, plenty of time, plenty of space to create some compost. And eventually we want to have some doors so we can open and close the compost bin. We will put some netting behind it, and we're thinking and researching about closing the gaps with some tarp or anything. But well, first we need to check that out. So if you have any suggestions on how we can improve our compost bin, please let us know. And we already told you several times that this will be the area for the chicken run. And well, there are still 2 more trees I want to plant in this area. One is a fig tree, and the other one I have to research because I read about a tree that is very good for the chickens, nutrition wise, shadow wise. It will also thrive within this climate, so that's also perfect. And that's the mulberry tree, and I don't know whether we can get it here in Portugal or not, but well, as it thrives in this climate, it should be, I think. So yeah, I'm searching for it. And the fig tree, obviously, well, you can buy that almost everywhere, so that's not a problem. But those are the 2 trees we want to plant over here. So yeah, that's something for the next couple of weeks. So now the compost bin extension is done. I want to give you an update about our fig trees because we have 7 of them. And one of the first things we did when we arrived in Portugal at the rental property was picking some figs and making fig jam out of it. Well, we picked the figs, I think 2 or 3 weeks too late, so we didn't have a big yield, but we also make fig jam with a lot of sugar. Way too much sugar, I think. So yeah, this year we will redo it, but now on our own property and with these amazing figs. So yeah, by the time I'm making fig jam again, I'll record it and hopefully I have a better recipe than I used last year. We also wanted to update you about the orange trees we have. And this is the one I've planted, the chocolate orange. But I don't think it survived the overwhelming rain we had during the winter. But the other update about the orange tree is this one. And this one looks great. There's a lot of flowers. And when we arrived, it had 2 or 3, maybe 4 oranges. And that's it. And everyone around us had a lot of oranges. The entire trees were full with oranges. So we were thinking, well, maybe we need to prune it very well, and maybe, well, for some reason it doesn't give that many fruits. So yeah, for now we're just thinking about that it is just one of those that give up fruits a little bit later. But well, we're very happy with it because, well, look at all the blossoming it had, sorry, and well, in the entire tree basically. So yeah, we're very happy with this one. So I leave you here for this week. Next week we will plant those 3 new trees I've showed you. We will clear even more of the land. We will also cut out the blossom of the new trees, and I will also explain next week why we are doing that. And we continue with the vegetable garden, of course. And the week after we have a special episode because then is our 6 months anniversary on this homestead. So we will show you what we've done on our homestead, but also what we've done in and around our 100-year-old barn. So make sure you are subscribed to our channel so you don't miss out on that one. Well, see you in the next one. Bye bye.